What up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Dime, man. We live right here within the den, right here on Jungle Juice Sports. I know y'all heard about it already. I know y'all seen it. You see the smile on my face. You see the smile on everybody else's face. Them boys done won a playoff game. You can't hold it over us no more. We done did it. Hey, we moving on, man. We moving on. We beat Mastat at the crib. Our next game at the crib. What y'all feel about it, man? Caleb, let's start with you, man.
I feel great about it. Honestly, they did the only thing that I wanted them to do was just stop Aaron Donald. So I feel like they did great. I feel like our secondary is a little scary, but they did what they had to do, and I'm just glad we got the win. It was the first time in my 21 years seeing us win a playoff game. So I was excited for the moment.
Yeah, same. It's my first time seeing a winning playoff game for real, man. I can't even, you know what I'm saying? Big Joe probably the only one on here that probably can remember one at least.
Yeah. Back in 93.
Oh, that was the last time they won? I thought it was 91.
Or some, I can't remember. But
No,
it was back in the early 90s.
Either way it go, it wasn't in Detroit. It was in Pontiac. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
And when it did it at Ford Field, that was the first playoff game in Ford Field. And you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a loss. So that's a big deal for real, if you actually think about it. All right, man. So initial thoughts on the game.
Well, I thought they did good. Shit.
Yeah, you feel me? It is.
You want to start us off?
All right, man. I'm gonna jump off on it, man. My initial thoughts of the game was I like how we jumped out and we scored fast. Golf was looking composed. We looked like we had a plan. We looked like we knew what we wanted to execute. We knew how to do it. We jumped out there early. That was dope. We did show our athleticism. We showed what our special teams could do. We showed my biggest problem, though, in this game where we showed a hole in it is we got to make some motherfucking tackles when we playing against elite teams. We cannot give up those yak yards like that. We got to get those key stops. We got to start wrapping up people, and we can't just stop this Hollywood tackle shit where you just throwing yourself at them like torpedoes, and then they break a tackle for yards, and now that play is something that it shouldn't have been. That was my big impression of what we need to do going forward. You feel me, to continue this success.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of that, man, because that's what we talked about pregame. If y'all was with us pregame, we touched on what the defense needed to do, you know what I'm saying, to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Both defenses this was an offensive game, especially in the first half. Yeah. This was definitely an offensive game. Both defenses didn't really show up. But our secondary need to get it together, man, because Mastat was eating our secondary apart, man. He was doing whatever he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? To me, they was a little bit better with kind of being at the ball, but I feel like they need to stop playing the ball and play the player. You know what I mean? Because on a lot of them catches, I'm seeing the receivers was catching. Our guys is too busy trying to make an interception or strip the ball for a fumble instead of tackling. And then that's letting them get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 yards because you playing the ball and not the player. You know,
I agree. They playing the ball, they're not playing the player. But one thing I will say is they're running their assignments and they're playing the zone the way it's meant to be played. So I can't get mad that quarterback is picking apart the zone that the coach is playing and finding a completion here and a completion there. Where the problem comes is that 5-yard completion that can turn into a stop on the next play is now a 17-yard play, 12-yard play because you didn't make the fucking tackle, which would have made the zone effective, which would have made it not give up big plays because they weren't making big plays. They were making big plays, and then this big gangly motherfucker runs through 3 motherfuckers that should have tackled him 10 yards back, and then he finally falls. He's not like no super athletic, you know what I'm saying, players that make the play and make players miss and break tackles like that. So I shouldn't see 3 blue jerseys make contact with the player after the catch and they still not down. You hit this big motherfucker, take his legs out, tackle. That shit is crazy. And that is where it's looking like, oh, they just moving downfield. Like, no, the play is designed right. and the defense is where they supposed to be playing. But like you said, they playing the ball, looking for an interception and still dropping them bitches. Or they not getting, like, if you going for the interception, catch that motherfucker. Don't drop it, bro. Turn the ball over.
Yep.
That shit like had me on my pins and needles, dog. I was going nuts.
I agree with you, man, but I'm still so geeked up about the win, man, because y'all should have seen. We should have all last night together because y'all would have just seen how I was looking. You know what I'm saying? I just knew something was gonna go wrong. It was just in nature that something was just gonna go wrong, but nothing went wrong, and they was able to knee that and take the win home. How y'all feel about when Stafford went down? I did want to ask y'all that. I was hoping the other people of the panel would have been here, but how y'all feel? Y'all remember when he went down and he was looking a little loopy on the ground? You know what I'm saying? Once his helmet hit the hit, and once his head hit the turf, and then when he went to the medical tent, I thought he was done. How y'all feel about that?
I thought he was too. Shit.
Yeah, I thought he was too.
How y'all feel like watching him so many years as a fan? Like y'all just how that like moment when you see him on the ground, did you actually feel like was y'all hoping the motherfucker still don't get up?
See, that's what I was saying. How y'all feel about it?
See, I know Stafford is a strong brother.
Yeah,
he's strong. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to get back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So hey, but we still pulled it off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, man. When I seen him taping up his hand when he got banged up like that, I got a lot of respect for Stafford. I seen him play and get banged up on our team and still come out and give us his all. So even when I seen him doing the jersey turn in and shit, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I understand why they did it, but I wasn't with it. I feel like we owe him a lot of respect. Even when he left, he gave us a lot of love, and every other player gave their body and their career to us and didn't get a lot back in return. So, like, I ain't got no ill wills towards him, but I do understand how else can you make him feel uncomfortable in a house that's been his for so long. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand we have to get kind of gangster with him like that. But when you see my man on the field, it's like, damn, I ain't want it to happen like that. Exactly. I ain't want it to happen because, like, it's some kind of honor against warrior type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to beat him, but I ain't want my man to get fucked up like that and have no injury that take his career in a different route that it would have went. Yeah. And I definitely would hate for that to happen here. Yeah, so, like I was fucked up when I seen him went down.
Yeah, for me, it was like a little bittersweet thing to see him come back in the game.
Yeah,
because when that hit, when he took that shot and they played it, I don't know if it's just because it was in slow motion or what, but when his head went back, he was like in the daze, and then he looked up to the ceiling. I'm like, and then his hand, you know what I'm saying? When their hands get to doing all that, that's kind of like almost like a head injury.
You know what I'm saying? When that motor,
so I didn't like that. You know, don't nobody really want to see Stafford. I hope most Lions fans don't want to see him, hurt like that. Of course, we wanted sack because Aiden Hutchinson was coming for him, a few times. We wanted that, but we ain't nobody want to see that injury.
I hear that.
All right, so let's move on. So coming up next week, well, first it depends on tomorrow who they're gonna play. They're either gonna play the Eagles or the Buccaneers. Caleb, who would you like to see the Lions play?
Hopefully we be playing the Buccaneers. Yeah, if we play the Eagles, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
It ain't gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough. We don't have no good secondary.
Huh?
Our secondary not ready for the Eagles.
See,
but I thought tonight they weren't ready. But
they wasn't ready tonight. They wasn't ready tonight, but see, what saved them was how explosive the offense was in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They was able to give a gap. That way, it was tit for tat almost. You know what I'm saying? It just took for one defense to come up with a good stop. You know what I'm saying? And let that offense, but our offense ended up stalling in the second half as usual. That third quarter, our offense don't be worth nothing in the third quarter. They really need to get that together with the offense. But with that happening, that kind of helped us out. So even if we play the Buccaneers or the Eagles, long as our offense can come out shooting again, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it'll help with the defense. Right. Feel me?
Yeah,
So
I think
so who y'all favoring? Y'all all favoring the Buccaneers or somebody got the Eagles?
I think it's the easier way to go and say the Buccaneers, but I do think if we do go against the Eagles, we do, like when we was talking about the secondary, the reason why I feel like we run that zone so much is because of the style of way we use our linebackers. So I think you have to give up something to get something. So instead of relying on that anchor free safety floating out there to make them big hits in the tackle, we do give up some yak yards in the secondary, and we do get beat on those deep plays. But look at how many other plays their quarterbacks can't get their feet set, get rushed out of the pocket and stuff because of the way we running up front and we penetrating the line and we cause, and our players are allowed to play that zone and float out there because we've gotten an increase in interceptions because of those rush plays where we pick off things and make big plays happen. So I think a lot of times when you gambling like that, it looks like you don't have a good secondary, because when you take big risks like that, there are major consequences when it don't work. And highlights of the consequences that we've been receiving, I think, overshadow how much the risk has been rewarded for us. And Dan Campbell has showed that he likes to take risks. He likes to go on the fourth. He likes to blitz a lot. And he's going to give up a few of those big plays where we damn near had them in the red zone. And now those plays where they do catch up, a lot of times, if you look back at our season, it was a reception for 80 yards, for 40 yards, for 50 yards because they got off on us deep like that. But how many times did that gamble work in our favor when we rushed their ass out the pocket and caused an interception and turnover?
Right.
So, I don't think it's that we have a bad secondary. I feel like we're playing a gambling game with our defense in the way we play. And I think it plays to the style of how Dan calls his plays.
We got a weak secondary though.
Yeah, yeah. But I think it's because of how much pressure we put on there. That's what I think we giving up. Like, I think we trade into our secondary for the rush passes, for the sacks, and for the contact. Even on completed passes, we getting contact on a quarterback and stuff. We touching them every play.
Yeah,
so I think it's
definitely disrupting the offense and hitting that QB. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you add up, I don't know the stats, but I'm sure if you add up everybody on our defensive line, how many QB hits they have, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna add up pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's all I got for now. I was hoping we could get our other people on, but it ain't looking like they're gonna make it. So we're gonna call it here. We're gonna be back next week. Keep the show going. The Lions still in it. Either they're gonna have the Eagles or the Buccaneers. We shall see tomorrow. And stay tuned to Jungle Juice Sports to find out for the latest. All right, y'all. Y'all got some final thoughts before we get up out of here?
I don't.
All right, go Lions.
Hey, go Lions, man. This is a legendary podcast right now, man. This is our first playoff podcast stream ever, man. It's a historic moment, baby.
That's it. All right, y'all. This is DJ Don. We up out of here. Stay tuned to Jungle Juice Sports on all social platforms. And you'll hear the latest from us. All right, y'all. We'll catch y'all out next week, man. We up out of here.
All right, yo.